Whoa. Oh, shoot. I forgot to change my description. No. There we go. How's it going, gang? What's up? Oh boy. I am so behind. I gotta do everything. There we go. Good start. Alright. Hello YouTube, how's it going? At this point in time, as I'm recording this, I have not uploaded my stream from Friday as opposed to Thursday. I played in the challenge. It did not go well. Honestly, for the most part, did not really have that much to do with my deck choices. Just kind of got owned. It wasn't very interesting. I will. But if you're watching this on YouTube, I have probably already uploaded that by now, so me saying this is kind of silly. But yeah, anyway, at the very end of that, if you haven't seen it, I just kind of talked about how over the Overlord list I am. Once again, it feels very cyclical for me at this point. But I just can't get that list to do anything special, and I think I'm just happy to see myself as cursed. If everybody else is doing great with it and I'm just getting beat up, then I guess I'm getting beat up, but I will suffer it no longer. All right, there we go. I do have some thoughts about things I might want to try out. This is the list that's currently on my Patreon, so I haven't really changed it since. Some things I'm thinking about are potentially playing some, like, cutting down on some threes, like maybe trimming like a wisp or something for like a path, maybe. Just have like something that's like a little bit cheaper. That could even be keeping the sideboard as it is and having 3 paths post board. I don't know for sure. Just kind of making stuff up at this point, but yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm certainly of, you know, I'm not gonna kid myself that I think this is a meta where being reactive is good. It's not, but I'm gonna do my best with what I got. I like playing this deck too much to give up on it, so. But hey, now we are officially less than a month from the next banner restricted announcement. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm not gonna put any hopes into it, but I will certainly be pleased if something happens. I'll leave it at that. I think that would be smart. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that would be smart. Um, so until then, I'm gonna spinning our wheels a little bit, but we're just gonna do what we can. Um, I think I can. I'm holding myself to nothing. I haven't really thought about it that hard. If March comes and goes with no changes, I'm not. Things might change from me for a bit because I really. I mean, it's just like how grief was last year. Like it's just it. I think there's a lot of unhappiness with Legacy right now, and I'm not gonna force myself through it for the content. Um, Especially when it feels like the distaste for the current format is pretty universal. So, um, I'm not saying I will stop streaming. I don't know, but like I'm certainly gonna have to like think about how much effort I put into Legacy. Um, if nothing changes, but again, just putting vibes out there. Nothing specific. It definitely is not any one card or deck, and that's a big part of the problem. I think it would be easier if it was, but it's just like I was talking about this a lot on Friday after getting smushed by Oops twice. It's just like it feels like a big problem is if you're asleep at the wheel, you can look at the numbers on Legacy and be like the meta looks healthy. It's not. Every deck that's good is at minimally proactive, if not literally a combo deck. Um, so it's just like I don't know. I think it reminds me in a lot of ways of like the 2017 to 2018 modern era that people were very frustrated with. Like it's not accurate to call it like two ships passing in the night the same way modern was because the interaction in Legacy is just baseline a lot better than it was in modern back then. You still have Force of Will and Days and Wasteland, etc. Um, but the net the shape of the format is very similar to me. You decided just going to play blue black tempo until BNR. Really, that deck doesn't seem very good to me, but I am coming from a very bad perspective on it. So, um, is there anything to bring back with Formalware that cares about power and toughness stats and would get buffed? No. Uh, there is no card in D&T that cares about its stats on the battlefield other than just the stats for their own merit. Like White Orchid Phantom with formal wear is a 4/4 flying first strike vigilant, which is pretty sick. Um, but that doesn't change anything about what the cards do, if that's what you're getting at. Um, yeah, I definitely think like Cabal Therapy is one of the better things you can be doing because it's just like the only card that you can play in your main deck that's kind of good everywhere. Like it's good enough everywhere. Um, it's not good everywhere though. I'm not really like I don't play Therapy against a Reanimator as an example. All right, people are around. We're chatting. I'm gonna get into what is this? Oh, is this? This is the same deck but named differently. Let me make sure. Yes, I have two copies of this deck from two different points apparently. All right, cool. All right, let me just get this arranged over here. Oh my God, can I drag? There, okay, there we go. All right, cool. Boom, let's go. What if there's a counterspell that was free if it was the first card you cast this turn and you can't win the game on the turn you cast it? That's actually a really interesting set of rules. Probably the biggest problem is that it's the only kind of the only card, only a card they could print in a like Horizon set of some sort, and we sort of missed our latest window on that. That is an interesting. That is an interesting card. Yeah, sure. This White Orchid Phantom's a little sad, but two Thoughtseizes into a Vial is hard to say no to. Especially my opponent's mulling to 6. Ooh, my opponent's mulling to 5. Really? That's what we're doing right now? Are you for real? Really? I guess I didn't cast Thoughtseize. Never mind. Yeah, okay. Well, if that Prismatic Vista were an Arid Mesa, I would be in a much better position. Yeah, I'm good. We can get out of here. I just don't. I don't want to look at any of this. These are good enough. Skyclave doesn't do like literally anything. Don't really need a second Formal Wear. I barely need the first. I guess I'll get rid of a Phantom Blade too. Sure, good enough. It's got a Wasteland, good enough. I'll put a Wisp back. Why is this over here? Scrubland. There we go. Throes of Chaos again. Can you get out of here? I mean, I guess I take the Carnosaur. Or am I supposed to take this? No. Yeah, I'm supposed to take the Carnosaur. Alright, come on. White Source. That actually is not bad. Probably the next best non-white source. I'm gonna Wasteland this one, and then I'm gonna White Orchid the Ancient too, I think. Just to be safe. Ooh, yeah, okay. I don't remember if they have any basics. I think they don't because like lands that don't tap for 2 mana are basically useless, but I just don't remember. Yeah, okay. All right, we're gaming. We're getting there. Sometimes you need to ban force, then ban every combo deck that's too strong. I don't think that's absurd. I think like it's not right, but I get where it's coming from. Um, ooh. Um, Probably should have played a bile there, but whatever. Okay. Spell 1. Spell 2. Spell 3. Cool. All right. I definitely think like I guess I was talking about this with some friends yesterday who like play Magic but don't play like Legacy actively. It's like if it definitely sucks. It feels like Legacy has always I think had a problem where it feels like a lot of times you aren't taken serious. Like there's no reason to take a deck seriously unless it has Force of Will in it for combo decks, and that's definitely like been like not true a good amount of the time. Um, yeah, sure, good enough. What am I trying to get at? I'm just rambling. I'm going insane, chat. um, what am I even naming with Cabal Therapy? I think I'm naming. I don't want to name Violent Outburst. Naming throws doesn't really matter. Maybe I just name Creative Technique. Oops. Although I feel like the fact that they went Ancient Tomb Pass is kind of interesting because like what are they gonna do on the following on this upcoming turn? Um, they it would have to be. I guess it would have to be like. I think I actually want to name Violent Outburst because it could be this into Mossfire Valley. I am so smart. All right. I think I was saying something that maybe mattered, but I'm just my brain is off right now, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Um, um, do I just want to name Creative Technique right now? Talking about reading some Apple. Oh, right, yeah. It a lot of times you wouldn't be taken seriously talking about Legacy unless you were playing a Force of Will deck, and I think there were definitely times that was just like way overblown because combo decks did exist. They've always been a part of Legacy, but most of them were built to beat Force of Will somehow anyway. Um, And Force of Will was actively a bad card in a lot of fair matchups. Like for years, Force of Will is a card as Delver that you would board out against DNT. Um, and now it just feels like we've gone so far in the other direction to like where like you do actually have to be playing Force of Will because of how fucked up everything that every deck can do is. Um, like I think it's sort of a different format, obviously, but I think the fact that like Modern, when the One Ring was legal, like it was crumbling under the One Ring, but it like had a semblance of like sanity because of consigned to memory, and basically that's it, right? It feels like that very much in Legacy right now too. Um, I'm gonna play. Right, that's the problem. Everything generates so much value when it comes into play that the only actual answer is they never cast it or it gets countered and doesn't enter. Like that's the only two options really. Um, okay. I'm just gonna shut up and slam this flute on creative technique, I think. I should have done this in their upkeep because I forgot they had a Besaigia they could use here. I guess they'd have to use it. They still like have a land drop they could, or they still can't cast it next turn anyway. So I guess I'm fine. But Hickory Woodlot, okay. Yep, okay. Um, See, I think I was supposed to wait until this turn and flute creative technique now, but I still have a mind break trap, so I think we're going to be okay. Here's technique, I assume. Oh, I was supposed to just. I'm so distracted. I was literally just supposed to therapy this creative technique. I'm going insane. But it's okay. I have the mind break trap. Do you demonstrate? Yes. Okay. Let's see what we get on ours. Sure. I am literally going insane, chat. This creative technique never should have entered play. Never should have hit the stack. So when am I supposed to trap is the good question. Um, because right now they still have one cascade trigger. I guess I'm gonna wait at least one more card. We'll see. Wait, what? Wait, did this trickery not do anything? Oh, they trickery hit trickery. Is that what happens? That's like the one way. No. Okay, I don't remember what happened, but that worked out well for us because now I get to trap all three of these. Yes, please. I'm just gonna make sure they can't do it again, I guess. Sick. Okay, so they have Maelstrom Wanderer and Emrakul in their hands. Love it. Get rid of the Ancient Tomb, I guess. Yes, please. Alright, gang. I feel like I have been in a fever dream for the past 10 minutes against this deck, but I think we got there, so... They certainly could top deck me here, but I'm hoping they don't. Yeah, I can get them down to 1. 1 versus 0, or 2 versus 1 doesn't really matter for them, so I think I'm just going to hold up the Solitude. They are casting a spell. Naturally. Okay, I guess they always had that as an option. Oh, yes, I could have cut them off a mana with Yora and Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, once again, I am truly just totally losing it right now. Let's just demonstrate into double Bowmasters. How about that? Damn, they didn't demonstrate. That's so mean of them. They're about to cast their last trickery. Oh no, they didn't have any trickeries left. Never mind. Yeah, Mangork already said that. I am just Chad, I'm not in the proper mindset for playing against fucking Mississippi River right now. Not gonna lie. Sure. Talking about Bluey sounds great right now. All right, that call forth the Tempest probably kills us for a lot right now, I'm assuming. They literally have no more spells below 8 in their deck. Wait, what? Oh, right, that kills creatures, not players. I'm just being dumb. So you're saying there is a chance. Can I get a land? I got a land, chat. So these are just 10-10s. This is 7-6, right? That's so big. So I have to do this, right? If I just block with the Solitude, it's exactly full. Yeah. At least I kill one of them this way. Nope. All right. Yep, I messed up. Yeah, I definitely should have just blinked out a Wisp, but my my brain was not ready for that. I'm gonna be right back. All right, I'm back, chat. All right, let's lock it in. Let's lock it in. Yeah, if that was any deck that was remotely real, I might have paid more attention. But I was just so checked out. I think in Modern they have to ban Breach or something out of Breach. I don't know. It doesn't really seem tenable. I am not a Modern player, but from an observer standpoint, it seems kind of mandatory. Slightly annoying tap lands here, but we'll live with it. Is this Grixis control? I'll take the Brainstorm. Ponder, and then I'm probably going to Therapy Baleful Strix, just give him as little to do as possible. I could choose not to and play the Vial instead, but I think I would rather get the Strix out of there. It'll be a much easier decision if we draw an untapped land, but yes, back to Cabal Therapy. No Phelias, so back to 2 Therapy main. Currently the exact list I have on my Patreon right now. I was talking earlier, hell yeah, easy, about whether I maybe want to put some paths in the main. Oh, boy, okay. Got it. Just have more cheap interaction because I'm at 4 wisps in this list, which is definitely kind of a lot, but Formalware has got to be like tremendously fucked up versus Grixis, right? It's obviously kind of mid here because they don't have anything, but damn. Well, they could only put back 2 of these lands. Okay. I think I am just gonna White Orchid the Undercity Sewers in their upkeep. Yeah. Is this a Cling to Dust? Bummer. It's messed up. I guess Cling to Dust makes the Formalware a little bit worse, but that's okay. It's what, 4 mana to escape, right? Yeah. Island, okay. It's making me think that they kept the basic mountain in their hands, but we'll see. There it is. Yeah, it's actually kind of sick. I get to get the Cling to Dust out of there. bolt. Yeah, that's fine. Interesting. Uh, do I want to exile something else? Assuming that it's a or Snapcaster deck. I guess I'll get rid of Bolt. It's the most unique card in here. I could sack the Wisp. I don't think that's absurd. I don't think it's super necessary either. I am gonna Violin the Wisp here anyway, I guess, because I think I want to put pressure on them. And getting to hit a Surveil land here isn't too bad. I'm gonna assume that these 2 lands are now gone because they've played 3 lands I knew about after a point where they could only put back 2 of the 5 that they had. I don't really want another land right now. Bowmaster? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go up to Yorion here. Yeah, I'm gonna cast the Recruiter. I don't know what I'm getting. Yeah, Scarab Swarm here would be a banger. Unfortunately, we cannot do that here. I think it's either Stoneforge or Bowmaster. I'm leaning towards Stoneforge. The only thing with the 2 drops is that it doesn't. It would be nice to be able to formal wear and do something else, but I think it's gonna be. Maybe it's Bowmasters because it's just the cheapest thing to be doing. We don't need anything in particular. We just want to be doing stuff, basically, because we have this formal wear. I'm going to go for Simporch. I think they're both fine options. I think the only other option that I really see is that like there's maybe an argument for getting a Solitude just because it's a way to definitely use the Vial on 5 next turn, but like that seems kind of weak to me. You got it. I'm guessing these are the 4 basics they have. There's a possibility of another swamp, but that doesn't seem super likely to me. Is it Jace? Jace would have been a good reason to get Bowmasters, I suppose. No. Okay. Huh? Why'd you bolt my recruiter? Yeah, okay. Game's over. I think I am going to get a Skyclave here just to have a clean answer to a Planeswalker because I don't really see. I admittedly don't know really how the average Grixis control deck now plans on winning, but um, I'm assuming it involves Planeswalkers. I believe I am going to resubmit. Um, if they have Planeswalkers, I could bring in like a Disruptor fleet over a Lauren. Lauren isn't dead because they have like Baleful Strix, but that's not really what I'm after. um, yeah, I think Flute for Lauren is good enough. We can adjust after we see more of their deck in game two, which is kind of crazy to say when we saw like I think over half of it in the end. This, unfortunately, does not work. It's very close to working, but no. This hand's pretty mid, but it's got a vial. White Orchid definitely not at its best in this matchup either, but it is at least attacks pretty consistently. Having a first striker into Baleful Strix feels nice. Nice. Vial resolves. Mm-hmm. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and surveil here. Yeah. Uh, yeah, why not? I'll keep it. I don't think I'm looking for anything in particular, so I think a 3-drop that can do stuff seems good enough to me. Maybe I was supposed to just cast a 3-drop here. Probably was. Maybe not. I'm gonna pass here. I hope that they don't go for Surveil. Okay. Oh, sure. Now they're going for something. I'm just gonna White Orchid in their draw step, I guess. Kind of just happy to get stuff out of their hand, so. It is sort of upsetting that they're using different kinds of full art basics. I agree. Okay, they do have the 5th basic. Wait, what? Why didn't they brainstorm before that happened? I'm confused. Whatever. You got it. Yes, please. I would love to have that in my hand. Thank you. I have so many options right now, and they all look really good. So I think my plan is maybe to end step Bowmaster the Strix to start putting some pressure on. I'll certainly cast the Bowmaster, yeah, in response to any cantrip. I'll at least be able to kill the Strix if they try to kill the Brainstorm, or if they try to kill the Bowmaster before the cantrip resolves, then I'll use the Wisp to save it. You got it. They shuffled off the ponder. Maybe not hitting a lane drop here? They do hit a lane drop, okay. I'm gonna upkeep recruit for a stone forge here, I think. Yeah, I am gonna do that. Get a stone forge, take this up. Nice. I'm gonna get basics just in case they have a back to basics in their deck somewhere. Gonna go ahead and stone forge for a formal wear just to get this going. Formal wear back the Bowmasters. Bowmaster there, Bowmaster, and hit for a bunch of damage. Just doing a totally normal amount of stuff on turn 5. I guess turn 6, sorry. Yeah, cool. I wouldn't want to play against D&T as Grixis control either. Yeah, pre-war formal wear could be fun. Yeah, yeah. I obviously they have the cling to dust, so it's not like they're totally cooked, but they feel pretty cooked. I don't know. Like you cast formal wear once and the game explodes. It feels that way against bug beans now too. Not that that deck's popular at all, but the couple times I've played it with formal wear, it's just been like, it just you cast a formal and they're like, oh, I can never keep up with that. Yeah, this works. All right, what kind of flooded strand deck are you? That kind. Got it. I'm getting Thoughtseized. Oh, no, you're that kind. Okay, we're fine. So many emotions. Do I want to surveil here? I'm leaning towards no. Yeah, I'm gonna just play planes. Oh ho ho. No, okay. Delver of Secrets. Okay, interesting. That is not quite what I expected. Um, I'm just gonna let this Bowmaster get dazed. Just kidding. Easy. Okay. I wasn't gonna block with that anyway, so that's fine. Okay, okay. It's a little bit real. They already didn't have days last turn, so I think I'm just gonna Skyclave one of them now, and then I'll Swords the other one next turn. Hell, if this Skyclave lives, I'm not going to chump block here. So if the Skyclave lives, I'll just Wisp the Skyclave and save the swords for a Murktide or something like that. Nope, okay. My favorite part about Nethergoyf is 1/1 illusion tokens. Alright, what's your last card, opponent? We'll never know. Sick. Uh, Yeah, sure. It is not a Murktide. I wonder if maybe a Brazen Borrower? Borrower might make sense. Um, I think I am just going to Swords the Nethergoyf. My White Orchid Phantom is basically never going to be good, so I think I'm just going to cast it now. Um, so we'll start with this, and I'll just White Orchid one of the Underground Seas. Maybe I was supposed to... I was probably supposed to play the Surveil land here. Um, and just let this White Orchid get dazed if that's the last card that they had, because that would let me hard cast a Solitude on this following turn. Alright, that's 3 pushes. They kept a card on top. I really hope it's just something that a Solitude kills. Nice, it's something a Solitude kills. So yeah, now I'm in a weird position where I kind of want to surveil for a land, even though it would be my 6th land. I am going to. It just feels a little icky. Yeah, so I definitely should have played the Surveil lands last turn. Deal. Okay. I don't have a basic swamp yet, so I'll do that. Go ahead and cast the Solitude, kill the 3rd Nethergoyf this game. I just don't know how this deck wins. I know it does. It's just, man, it looks so bad against me specifically. I'll keep that on top and put Yorion into my hand, I guess. Sure. Man, Gork, you're so right. You are so correct. I'm just going to formal wear because it's fun. Good enough. All right, paths in for Lauren, and I think I'll. I don't really want therapies in this matchup. I think I would rather have one therapy than any of these other cards. The one exception might be Disruptor Flute, just because you could flute the back half of Tameo. Excuse me. But I think that's about it. Of course. How could I not realize that I should be boarding in the Yorion? I'm so dumb. Real Chylith energy in chat. You play one Witch Enchanter because the opportunity cost of playing the first copy is close enough to 0. I have played at most 2 copies in a splash build. I really don't think you can. I think you can barely support the second, um, because it just starts costing you way too much life to have your lands come into play tapped, and you're just getting so much less out of it after you're playing the first one. This hand is kind of gross. It's got enough interaction. I think I'm gonna keep it, and like hopefully our Caracas just gets wastelanded. I guess Croc is also potentially good if they're playing Tameo. Cool. That makes me feel a good amount better. Lovely. I love that that brainstorm is not even setting up their Delver. Whoa. Um, so now I'm thinking about whether I want to Swords one, Bowmasters the second one. I think I do want to. I guess I just took one unnecessary damage if that's my plan, but yeah, I think with the Recruiter in my hand and the fact that I can't play around days anywhere anyway, I'm just going to go for it. And we got the perfect fetch lands. Yes. Goodbye. I was definitely going to Sorcery Speed Bowmasters one of the Delvers on that second turn. Um, the the swords on the other one with that mana that I had available, I'm less sure of. Y'all know how much toughness Delver has? I'm pretty sure it's 2. Sure. Resolves. Yeah, if only I played the Caracas. They sure got my ass. Ooh, no shuffle for that brainstorm, huh? Let's go ahead and recruit. I mean, they just don't have any counter spells, do they? Okay, I was just wondering that was staying on the stack for a little bit, so I was wondering if they potentially had a consignment memory, but they didn't. So we'll get a Stoneforge. Bowmaster, deal. Is this a Murktide? No, Dothy Voidwalker. Okay, they have played everything. You got it. Um, can I draw Sword Supply Shares? Honestly, not that far from Sword Supply Shares. I am going to Skyclave the Voidwalker, I think. Yeah, Skyclave Voidwalker, play Arid Mesa, Surveil, and then we'll get to double spell next turn. I'm gonna laugh when this Delver doesn't flip. Damn it. So close. My hit rate on guessing when Delver flips and doesn't flip has been really high lately, but the streak had to break at some point. shuffled off of the ponder. Sure, you got it. Yes, please. Thank you. I guess I have to Lotus Petal my Caracas to effectively double spell here. I guess I don't have to necessarily. I could just go White Orchid Stoneforge. Yeah, let's do that. White Orchid here mostly just as a 2/2 first striker, which does block their whole board. I'll Stoneforge for Formal Wear because I don't believe this deck can really beat a Formal Wear, certainly not in this position. So we are really getting some Formal Wear moments tonight, that's for sure. But the good kinds where Formal Wear actually exists. Get my Caracas, kill my Caracas. Come on, waste my Caracas. Brainwaves. Waste it. You know you want to. Damn. I did my best. Yeah, this is pretty good, huh? I'm gonna wait one turn just because I'm curious what happens. But I am gonna... Oh, please cast a Ponder. Please cast a Ponder, Brainstorm, something like that. Come on, just cast a cantrip. What could possibly go wrong? It's gonna be fine. I promise. Boo. Alright. Now they get my Caracas. Beautiful. It's over. Chat, it's over. Yeah, sick. Exclamation point deck, I think, does it. It's on the Stream Decker also. There's an overlay you can click up here somewhere. Yeah, sure. Yeah, the opposite feeling. Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's certainly some blue and black cards that I don't want to play against. I will play against those blue and black cards all day. Stompy, okay. It's looking like a Chalice on one, maybe? No, Blood Moon, okay. Well, I guess I should have played the Marsh Flats then. But, that's alright. Never mind. It's so easy. I'm gonna get a Phantom Blade since I already have Formal Wear. Or maybe... No, that's a lie. I'm getting Cauldron. I'm getting Cauldron first, because I already have the Formal Wear. Just dare them to Fury my Stoneforge. If they have... No, okay, they have Fable. That's fine. I think yeah, I'm pretty sure I just want to Cauldron them here. It's a little bit tempting to try to Bowmaster to quote-unquote stifle the Fable trigger, but I think that's fake. Just want to kill them. As soon as they draw one ring, my ability to kill them goes... Like, as soon as they draw one ring, everything I do is bad, so I should just give them as little time to draw one. Because I can manage most of the other stuff that they can do in the meantime. They only discard a Spirit Guide. Okay. Excuse me. Well, I guess even a One Ring isn't that bad because I have a Bowmaster, notably. So they have 5 mana. Could be hardcasting a Fury. Could be... There's a One Ring. Okay. So I think I'm just holding up Bowmasters plus Formal Wear on the Bowmasters if I really need to, I guess. That's all I can really do. It's going to be a decent amount of damage. Moonstompy is not exactly the best at dealing with the Cauldron, so... I should ping this just in case. Yeah, cool. Ping and then ping face. I mean, they've saved so much life on these lands. It's kind of crazy. I guess holding up the Formal Wear is not really a thing, since if they're killing Bowmaster, it's probably with a Fury, and then they're just killing the Stoneforge at the same time. But I guess if it's with a Broadside, then that's not the case. Okay. Alright. I could just do this. That kills the Broadside. The Broadside... And the Broadside has to throw something before it can even deal damage. I guess... Yeah. This seems like a pretty free block, though. I could put the Orc army in front of the Shaman for free, but then it would kind of be trivial for them to kill the army. So I think I'm going to do this. This feels good. There might be like a slightly better block that like might guarantee lethal if this isn't already still going to be lethal. I'm not 100% sure. They are throwing the One Ring at me. Yeah, sure. So I'm going to 9. I guess they could cast another One Ring here. All right, cool. I'll take it. Works for me. Um, I have a good amount of stuff that I want to board out here. I think I just want to board out as many black cards as possible. I think that I've taken that approach a good amount versus them lately, and I think it's mostly been paying off. I probably want a Bowmaster over a Cauldron though, because Stoneforge basically just has to get pre-war Formal Wear or Phantom Blade basically every time. Hmm. It's got a Solitude. I really like Loran. It's very weak to Blood Moon. It's not weak to Magus of the Moon, notably. They keep 7. I feel like this hand is just too... This hand has just a little bit of everything, and I think I'm supposed to keep it for that reason. And if I get Blood Moon, I guess I'm getting... They're Fabling. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Another Solitude's pretty nice. Trinisphere. Interesting. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna surveil here. Like, I really want basics in play, but also if I can find a disruptor flute that changes like so much, I do not want a Lion Sash here though. That, that also works. I wish that I have exiled so many fables to their own chapter 3 with containment priests that I really wish that I had started keeping track at some point. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Damn it! I should not have been F6 there. That was silly. Yeah, I'm gonna take this block. Containment priest has done exactly what I needed to do. So. No untapped third mana here is pretty rough. It's probably the one problem with playing Containment Priest last turn. But what if I surveil here? I was actually supposed to cast Stoneforge before I surveilled. I think I want to put this in the graveyard anyway, because I think I'm just getting a formal wear with this. And we'll pass. I'm probably going to pitch White Orchid Phantom. Maybe not White Orchid Phantom. I feel like I need this Skyclave to answer the One Ring, even though like it's not going to be enough of an answer. At least not soon enough, because they cast it on turn 2. The one nice thing about White Orchid Phantom is it lets me double spell next turn if I draw a land. But if I don't draw lands, then it doesn't really matter. So, man, One Ring is dumb as hell. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Chalice Trinisphere. Interesting. Okay, I will. Pitching the White Orchid Phantom now. Yeah, it's just like basically doesn't do anything. This is interesting. Yeah. All right. Yep, I'm going to lure in the Trinisphere. I unfortunately kind of have to here to get anywhere. I think nothing that I really do matters against a One Ring that's about to draw 4 cards. Is the reality of it, so I'm not going to think too hard about my decisions. Maybe that turn, or no, I couldn't. Well, I guess one thing that I could have done is instead of cast Lauren on that turn, on the previous turn before the Trinisphere gets down, I also pitch the Formal Wear to Solitude the Magus, and then I can Skyclave the One Ring. I feel like this game is kind of past the point where I can afford to be doing that. This is really annoying. Um, I feel like I have to pitch the formal wear, but it's like so good. I don't know. It sucks. Killimagus, Skyclave the Wondering, and then we'll see. That's okay. My lands just moved on me. That was I meant to have untapped plans, but whatever. It's possible I was supposed to just pitch the Solitude as well, but I don't know. Chalice on one. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Interesting. Basic planes could buy us some time. Not quite. The fourth Solitude is not what I needed. If this had two lands, I would like it. I really don't like a one lander, especially one that is kind of forced to fetch a duel here. Yeah, I gotta mulligan this. This is much better. What do I get rid of? It probably has to be one of the planes. But the planes feel really good. It could be the Vial, but that feels kind of crazy. I guess it could be the Skyclave maybe. But if they have like a if their hand has like a Fable and a One Ring, then I'm gonna want something that's not swords. This is a tough one. I'm gonna keep this for later. I think like it feels really weird. I also think I want to put back the Vial. Knowing that they had chalices in post board also, I think it does sort of insulate us a little bit from chalice to not have 3/1 drops in our hand, because I don't want to feel like I have to. Jesus, I don't want to feel like I have to take a chalice with this Thoughtseize. I mean, I guess I take one of the fables. Yeah. Yep. The bold play of Wasteland and Swords, the Goblin Shaman token. Um, I don't think we are doing anything else. I just hate it. That's all. And so I had to think about it for a bit, but I think this is just right. We still get to Skyclave the Fable when it flips before it's untapped, so our mana still lines up in that respect. Or like our sequencing lines up in that respect. Probably getting rid of they're getting rid of 2 Fiery Confluences, in fact. Stoneforge? Stoneforge? No. Okay. Chalice on 1? No. Oh my god, stop casting Fable. Stop. Yuck. I was just about to say, at least I can Yori on my way to Skyclaving that Fable. I can't let this get any worse. Alright, I have a lot of different draws that will let me kill this reflection. Yeah, naturally. Okay. I really hate the Moon Stompy matchup now. It's just so annoying. Sure. Yeah, I would have like those games where they just draw infinite fables are like annoying. I can live with that, you know, like Fable does too much, but it's like interesting. Why did they keep this? Yeah, I'm like definitely taking the LED. I'm just a little confused. I know that like store like especially like test mana is like really fucked up. There's something very funny to me about the fact that we have seen 3 Jund lands next to 2 Mox Opals. Right on time, deck. I think I want to take black mana. Yeah, and that's what I thought. Alright, let's just find an untapped land next turn, and then we'll Stone Rain them again, and then we'll Stone Rain them again. We must be close to dead if they're thinking about this. And they also kept the card, their previous draw on top, so. Nope, okay, never mind. Alright, come on, deck. Untapped lands. Thank God. Come on, there we go. Still assuming that black mana is scarier than red. I might be wrong about that, but gamble sure would make. Yeah, okay. Just have drawn into shit. That is my request. Just land go, come on. Yes! A second Thoughtseize? Oh, you're too kind, deck. Oh, they're gonna veil this, I guess. Am I... Now this time am I doing red or black? I'm probably supposed to take red, like, specifically because of gamble, right? I was taking black for Dark Ritual, but actually Gamble is probably worse. And it might not even matter that much because they did just Echo, and if they had to go Echo Pass, it could just be because they drew a bunch of lands and they have the mana they need regardless. So I won't like really beat myself up over it that bad. The veil is there and their hand is fucking trash. This is perfect. There's no one card they can get that makes this hand work like literally at all, right? That might be the worst Echo of Eons I have ever seen, and I have no regrets. I'm gonna take the Beseech. Feels like that's gotta be it. Goodbye to the Shadow Realm with you. Simply get Stone Rained 4 times. Alright, let's get rid of these swords and these solitudes. I don't really want Sash. I don't really think I want another formal wear. I'll cut one Skyclave, I guess. Yeah, that looks good enough to me. Yeah, if they played just one basic. Nope. No, thank you. Oh, did I forget to board out Phantom Blade? Yeah, oops. I've been doing that a lot, just like totally forgetting that Phantom Blade is a card that I should not have in my deck. I think I'm keeping this. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm keeping this. And I think I am keeping both ley lines and putting a wisp on the bottom because their answer to a ley line is much more likely to be like I don't even remember what the new bounce spell is called, the promise of fish one. But like I think I want to make them have to have 2 answers to Echo me. They don't need Echo to win, which is why it's like a question of whether you mulligan this, but I think this is close enough. My opponent is really thinking hard about their 6. They keep it. Alright, I'm going to keep this. Put wisp down. Get double ley lines. Have fun. We might just die. They don't need to echo us, but right into the flood maw. Thank you. Thank you so much. Katie, hello.
Hello.
Chat, my wife is home.
Wife came back.
Hell yeah.
I love this hand.
Yeah, this hand's real bad, huh? Reverent silence? Don't you dare. That is actually very
So
believable in this deck, though.
This is now a live stream.
Hello?
Oh no, wife broke the stream.
What's up?
Wife broke the stream.
Oh. Friend, you either have something to do or you don't.
Okay. Oh no, did wife break opponent?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, they're doing something. All right. Yeah.
You like my sweet sweatshirt, by the way?
I do. I like the colors. It's pretty busy, but I like it. Is this? Oh, is Beseech for song?
You lost the Mississippi River.
I even shouldn't. I just like. I was like in a fever dream for the first match because I was so not ready to play against Mississippi River of all things, and I did literally throw it away the very last turn.
Oh no.
All right, chat.
Go away for 1 weekend, you lose to Mississippi River.
I know. I'm sorry. Fuck. Jesus Christ, deck. All right, just draw lands. Please just draw lands. Just one more land. Oh God, no. Oh no. 2 lands.
And you really did draw the least like a land card in your deck also.
Yeah, this really couldn't have been worse. Draw 4 lands? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Yeah, we're definitely dead. I just want to see what card they Burning Wish for in case it's funny. Unless they take this long to pick a card. They chose Thoughtseize. Okay, sure.
I just want to see how sick your hand is.
I'll let them.
How soft it is.
I do. Oh, that's really nice. All right, we can move on. I'm good. All right, Phantom Blade out, Skycleave in. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, maybe we slow built on my victory. Maybe.
Perfect. This hand is excellent. I can cast all of my important spells.
This hand.
You know, it's a little bit better than the last one.
I think it's better than
I
5.
yeah, it's good. Like, we're gonna keep it. I think we just keep this and put the Caracas back probably.
Yeah.
80 cards, by the way. Delver literally can't beat this hand. I don't know how Storm could. That's pretty real, actually.
Got him.
My first land doesn't really matter.
Streamer, you should update Windows.
What's up?
You should update Windows.
I know. It's just
have
like
a vulnerability right now.
it's not end of life for Windows 10 yet, okay?
Right, but I mean, there's still vulnerabilities that they fix in normal updates.
I thought the only outstanding one I had was them bugging me about upgrading to Windows 11. Yeah.
Alright, fine. You got me. I've been defeated in the marketplace of ideas.
Alright, what do you hit with this relay? Chrome Mox, Beseiju, Dark Ritual, Veil of Summer, another Veil of Summer. That was a horrifically bad Galvanic relay, hell yeah. You're already on 94, bro. You're so far ahead. Holy shit.
So far ahead.
I am sorry. I cannot be the person trying to figure out how to get Moto working on
work on
Unix.
Fedora, no.
No way.
I kind of feel like Moto probably runs better on Windows 94 though.
It probably does. It ran once. What did it do after that?
Does it launch?
Um,
Oh, perfect. I love that.
that's kind of sick, actually. Am I supposed to just? I think I just sorcery speed this Bowmasters. I could also wasteland the Bayou, but that doesn't really feel like it matters.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna trap them on mana.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do this since they could cast 2 Veils of Summer next turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Secret meta for Moto is running it through wine on a Mac VM on your Windows. Jesus Christ. That's good. That's some good shit right there.
Uh, do you get to Thoughtseize bug your opponent every time?
Oh right, they have Chrome Mox. That's what I'm missing. There we go. I was like, did they just turn off their Mox Opal? And then I forgot that they have a Chrome Mox they can cast. What is that? Oh, Abrupt Decay. All right. Something just feels wrong about the fact that this is a Jund Storm deck.
Yeah. That is unholy.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right.
It's very incorrect.
So still just Ritual and Veil of Summer that they can cast.
Mm-hmm.
Black. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a Beseech? Are they gonna try to Song again? Song. Okay. Do you have removal for the Bowmaster?
A different John Storm deck. Okay.
Oh boy, yeah.
Were you playing?
Oh, they still get hexproof, right? Yep.
Were you playing John Storm with Stormbreath Dragon?
You know, that is closer to the truth than you
Than I
would
want
get.
it to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It was closer than it is upsettingly close to the truth.
Yeah, they did let me have the first one for some reason. All right, let's see if I can automate this. All right. Yes. All right, cool. I've automated it, chat. I'm a Moto master.
Yeah, you used save targets. I'm so
I've
proud of you.
I've never used the option
You've
before.
never used save targets?
No, I always cast one spell and then die. How well would I have to save targets for anything? Oh shit! I've outed myself. No, abort, abort.
Oh no. You don't. That's how. You don't.
I don't know what Ilnix is anyway. Get steamered, idiot.
Wait, did I actually say on next?
Yeah.
It reads correctly from where I am. Like my eyes can't make it look wrong.
Look,
Target.
you may have tendrils to me.
Wait, what if they misclicked to target? Hold on. Hold on. Did they choose the right target?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Look, I had a 13/13 orc army token, so I feel like I won. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should have been 100 play points. I just goofed. What was my other lot? Oh, right, Moonstoppy. That's what it was. It was, that was a weird collection of decks. I guess Moonstompy was the most normal of them, but... Alright. Well, chat. My wife is home.
I came back.
Yeah, y'all are losers. I'm out of here. But no, thank you for hanging out. I am firm in my hatred of Phelia once again, so I'm out of here.
No.
I'm just not playing Overlord. I'm not playing a second league. No, Chilith. Why do you keep saying this?
Let's raid that goth girl.
No, we're not doing that. Shut up.
Don't you love me referencing inside jokes just from between us on stream?
Right? Yeah. Nobody has any idea what we're talking
no
about.
context.
What? No, shut up. Hello?
Oh, you wanna? Hey, Chad, do you wanna watch a booster cracking stream? I can't see chat, so I have to
this-
by saying yes.
This new UI, what?
Oh yeah, this UI is real bad.
This is awful.
This is pretty bad.
Why can I only like chat?
This UI is so bad.
This is unusable.
They're just it's like they like TikTokify Twitch. Like made it harder to find what you wanted to watch, what you want, and tried to make you watch what they want you to watch, right?
Yeah, this is bad.
It's just TikTok.
It looks like nobody's streaming Legacy anyway, so all we got to do was get upset about that together. All right, chat. No one to raid. Just kidding.